Before we dive in, I love to know what is like the dream outcome that you guys will like.
He really wants to hit some bombs.
And what do you think that would do for him, not just on the field, but how he feels about himself?
So, I mean, it's just his confidence. I really want him to enjoy the game, and like really love the game,
Mhm.
and he has an ability and talent that I just didn't have.
So, what's the biggest challenge you guys are seeing with his hitting right now?
For me, I think it's just his confidence. And when I say his confidence, he is a very loving child. So when he comes up to competition with his friends, whereas you and I grew up like, I'm gonna try to embarrass you. If you ain't wearing the same uniform as me, I'm gonna try to embarrass you. That is not my loving, tender heart son. Like it messes with him that he has to compete, with his friends.
How long has this been going on?
Just this season.
Are you a little afraid of the baseball? Okay, good. So this is an easy fix then. Okay, so what have you tried so far?
Stand different places, box to see if I can hit it better.
So are you swinging and missing?
So what we're seeing this season is he's become more analytical. And when I say analytical, like he is like waiting for the perfect pitch. And I'm just like, you know what, son, just swing the bat. He probably has the most walks in the league. But I don't want that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't think he really wants that. I know, like I see the huge smile on his face when he smacks the ball.
So we need to reframe your thoughts. So here's something I call the bear method. The first thing we need to do is we need to create belief. How do we do that? What I always do before I would walk to the plate is visualize myself hammering the baseball. And what I'll do is I'll say it out loud. The best way to create belief is to tell yourself out loud the player you are and the results you're getting. What do I mean? Can you explain that to me?
When I'm going up to bat, say what type of player I want to be and like what type of player I am.
Exactly. So let's say for this example, you're walking up to the plate. I want you to tell yourself out loud, I'm about to hammer this pitcher. But here's the thing, when you say it, you want to say it like you mean it. Okay? You can't just say it. So you can't just say, I'm gonna hammer this pitcher. You see how that does nothing? Right? You want to say, I'm going to hammer this pitcher. And you see how my body language changed?
hmm
That's the key right there. So, and this is what MLB players have to do at the highest level, right? So they're talking to themselves and saying it like they mean it, which changes their emotions, which is the next step. So now we have emotion. So we say it like we mean it, we create emotion, and emotion changes our behavior, right? Which goes to our next step, which makes us take action. And then once we take action, so like for this example, you walk into the plate, it's like, I'm about to hammer this guy. If he throws it over the middle of the plate, I'm about to crush him. And you're saying it out loud so you can hear yourself say it. Okay. Then what happens is that creates emotion, right? And then he throws the pitch, you take a swing and you hit it. You know what happened? You get results. And so this right here is the formula to create confidence, right? You basically say with emotion that you're a type of player, and then that starts to act, in the game, you start to act upon it, and then you get the results. And when you hit this ball and you go to first base, you don't just get excited that you hit the baseball for a single or hit a double. You tell yourself out loud, that's what I do. I crush people. I hammer them. So you reaffirm that identity in your head that you're that type of player. Why you laugh?
No, I'm sorry. I like it was me because I'm like I'm loving what you're saying. So like I'm jazzed up because yeah, I love that.
Yeah. So it's just like when you play video games. So you're playing with your friends, Fortnite. You put the scope on, you get them, right? When you get them, you say to yourself, yeah, I'm good, right? And you keep reaffirming that identity, that belief, right? That's how you become good, and that's when you start believing you're good at something. It's the same thing here. Huh?
No, I want him to admit to you. He'd be like, "Oh yeah," it's like I got you. You guys are trash. Y'all
Yep.
are trash.
He's reaffirming the identity to yourself. That's what we need to do in baseball. So you start with the belief that you're good, that you can crush them, that you hammer balls. it starts to start to spark emotion. But the way to get the emotion is to say it like you mean it. Then you act upon it. So the pitch comes down the middle, you swing, you hit it, and then when you get the results, you reaffirm that, and it's a flywheel that keeps going over and over and over and over. And you keep doing this over and over, and I guarantee you become that person. This is how all the players you see play in the big leagues, play in college, have success. They're reaffirming an identity in their own head. Okay? And you can do this. You can create confidence. It's really easy. That right there is the bear method, and you can start implementing that right now. When you're hitting off a tee, say it out loud. When you're hitting front toss, you say it out loud. You don't have to say it out loud where everybody hears you. You say it to yourself where you can hear yourself. So, and say it like you mean it. Can you do it for me right now? I want you to say, I'm about to crush the pitcher.
I'm about to crush the pitcher.
So that didn't convince me. Did that convince your dad? Did that convince you?
Because I'm like Mr. 3000. I'm the greatest hitter alive.
Can you convince us?
I'm gonna hit this pitcher.
If you can't convince us, how are you gonna convince yourself? Don't be embarrassed. No, there's no embarrassed at all. I've done this a million times. It's just you, me, and your dad.
I'm gonna crush this ball.
That's better. That's better. Say it now. Say it with more of your chest. Like you about to crush it. You about to hit this 500 feet. Come on.
I'm gonna crush this ball.
There you go. It's getting better. Give me one more. I want you to really, really say it like you mean it. Like it's on the line. Everything's on the line.
The ball over the tiny wall.
I'm gonna crush this ball.
That's it right there. That's it. Did you see how you talk like this? Look, I'm gonna crush it. You see that? That's what I'm talking about, because now your body changes. Then what happens is that's how you get results in the game. But if you say, I'm gonna crush this ball like you were the few other times, that does nothing for you. It's just saying words. So you really have to say it like you mean it, and you really have to use your chest. And when you do that, you change your emotion, which then changes your action or gets you to act, and then you get the results. And then when you get the results, you say it out loud. See, that's the type of player I am. This is what I do. I crush these pitchers. I hammer them. I hit doubles. I hit singles. You always tell yourself you're that player. And then you create this identity of who you are, and then you start to pass everybody up. Got it? And to give you an update, his dad sent me a message and said, just wanted to say thank you so much. Keegan has been crushing the ball since you all have spoken. He has had 12 plate appearances since y'all spoke, 7 hits, most being doubles and triples and 5 walks. I'm looking forward to what we can build in him to get his 100x power. One excited dad. If you want results like these, link is in the description. You'll have the chance to schedule a time with me and my team. We'll break down you or your son's swing, then identify the issue that's holding them back from taking this game to the next level. With that being said, if you're interested, link is in the description.